So in this video, we're going to talk about how the online experience is compared to the offline car buying experience. So think of the experience a consumer has driving onto a lot. They see a wide variety of inventory, different models, trims, and colors. They see well-identified used car or CPO options. The consumer walks into the showroom and sees a full lineup on display with vehicle window stickers, advertising, marketing materials, all being displayed. A well-trained and knowledgeable sales consultant greets the consumer as they go through the process of identifying what's the best vehicle for them, which may not be what they thought they wanted when they entered the lot. A consumer can test drive a car and have the features explained to them via a professional walk-around. The sales consultant can ask them key questions about their vehicle needs. Who will be driving this car? What will the car be used for? Are there any other features of the vehicle that are really important to the consumer? From there, the vehicle presentation flows based on this information and the constant interaction and feedback from the consumer until they find the vehicle that best fits their needs. We asked the leader in dealer management and sales training, Joe Verdi, to expand on the offline experience.
One of the most important things you have to do when a customer comes on the lot, you have to find out who it's for, how they're going to use it, and why they're getting it. Now, as simple as that sounds, most people never pull that off for a couple of reasons. They get distracted and talk about price instead of value, and once you go down that price road, it's really hard to bring the conversation back. The easy way to start is with a correct greeting. Welcome to the dealership, I'm Joe, and you're Bob and Betty. And now we need to start building rapport and investigating. Those are the next two steps. And these first few seconds, these first few words, even into that 2 and 3 minutes, are the most important part of the selling process. Now, this is going to sound too easy, but if you want to know who it's for, just ask, who's it for? Most people will tell you, Bob, who's going to be driving this most of the time, you or Betty? If he says, well, it's going to be me, I'm going to drive it 75% of the time. Betty's going to use it to make Costco runs, things like that. Plus, she carries half the soccer team around on Thursday night, so she needs room in the back. There's the who it's for. Now we need to narrow it down a little bit and find out how they're going to use it. Bob, when you're going to drive it most of the time, how do you use it, for business or pleasure? Well, Joe, kind of a little bit of everything. I've got a construction business. I do some real estate on the side. Plus, we've got a cabin in the mountains that we go up to pretty often in the winter and go skiing. And we've got a boat out at the river, or we tow it out to the river. So I'm going to use it for a little bit of everything. Well, there's the how Bob's going to use it. And Betty, Bob said you carry half the soccer team around and you need some room in the back. What else is important to you? Well, Joe, when we go to the river, I want a really comfortable seat to sit in because I have a bad back too. Plus, I need a rear entertainment system to keep these kids quiet, and we definitely want captain's chairs in that second row because my two teenagers do not want to sit together and hug. So we're gathering this information. We're also gathering information we can use to build rapport. Bob said he's in real estate. Oh, really? Where do you work? I work at Prudential over there. You got to be kidding. My cousin works over there. Where do you go to the river? We go over to Big Bend. I used to go up there all the time. How often do you guys get up there? You said you go skiing. Do you have a cabin or do you rent a place at Arrowhead? Oh, no, we've got a cabin. We go up. All this information is really easy if you learn to ask the right questions. But most salespeople don't ask questions. We talk about building rapport. Most salespeople say, so where do you live? Well, we live here in Irvine. Great. What do you want to spend? The only questions most of us have learned to ask are price questions. What do you want to spend? When do you plan to get it? Do you owe anything on your trade? What do you want for it? How much down do you have? Those are questions for in the negotiation. After you get a commitment to purchase, we need to learn how to sell the vehicle, and that always starts with finding out who it's for, how they're going to use it, and why they're getting it. One of the worst questions I was taught to ask was if a customer came on the lot and said, I want a white SUV, do you have one? If we didn't have one, I was taught to say, no, but I can get you one. And that just really shuts the sale down almost on the spot. If you think about it, you just ask a customer to make a buying decision. I've known them for 10 seconds. They said, do you have a white one? No, but I can get you one. There's only two responses they can give me. Get me one, don't get me one. And you can watch people just fall back almost. It's too much, too fast. Instead of that, remember those times when somebody said, do you have a white one? You said, I don't know, let's go see. And you were wandering the lot and they ran across a blue one. They went, oh, that's pretty nice. And then Betty got over to a red one. She said, I really like this red. And Bob settles on a blue one because it had 22-inch wheels. You need to give the customer the opportunity to go out and select a different vehicle. In real life, 86% of the people don't buy the same make, model, color, and equipment that they thought they wanted before they hit the dealership. So give people the opportunity. Take that walk through your inventory.
So now let's talk about the online experience. Think of your AutoBytel leads, the leads that you get from your OEM, the leads that you get from your website. The sales consultant has a name, an address, a phone number, an email address, and one particular vehicle of interest. We know very little about the consumer other than maybe some insight based on their address. Are they knowledgeable about the brand based on what they currently own? How committed are they to buying that make model? How do we create a need to get that consumer to visit the dealership to get the actual sale? So wrapping up the online car buying experience, we see that the consumer typically has two questions. One, is the car available? Two, what's the best price? It's very easy for the sales consultant to turn into an information provider. Yes, we still have the car available, and the price is $19,995. And typically, what we then see is silence. I want to thank Joe Verdi for his insight and tips on the offline in-dealership sales process. The final video in this Dealer Insight series, video 5, has more tips and insights from Joe, which we feel you'll find interesting.